Welcome to the show, everybody. It's new. We have 100 maps on Mausoleum again, part 3. And I did say I was going to do part 3 and was going to focus on maybe upscaling the investment cost for the Exarch altar farm with like harvest and stuff, focusing on grand design still. Well, I looked into it. Not that good. Not for grand design anyway. I didn't like what I saw. So I rummaged around. I didn't really actually test any maps, but I did a little hypothetical stuff on the back end, and I just couldn't see anything that I really liked. So what did happen in the meantime is the Divine Orb market exploded and then started to fall back down, but it's still extraordinarily high. Currently at about 230 chaos for one Divine Orb. So, I mean, anything above like 200 chaos is really high for the Divine Orb Altar. But I was already thinking in the back of my mind, you know, Eater of World Altars, I do like those better because it has, how should we say, less punishing mods for the player side altars, and even the minion side altars are easier. I know it does have some of those minions that have a delayed spawn, for which Caustic Arrows actually deals with pretty handily. And I understand people who have like instant attack abilities, moving fast through the map, don't like the delayed small spawn of the Eater of World side. But that aside, I definitely think it's worth looking at, and I want to kind of test the currency per hour I would make in 100 maps by simply switching Exarch over to Eater of Worlds, which is going to come with the added benefit of not having to left click a whole bunch in the map. My maps are going to be even faster now. Plus, I do have a few minor upgrades to the gear. The PoE is listed in the description of the video below. And then, you know, I just kind of shoved everything over to Eater of World side. We will not be getting Seance this time, so I'm just kind of excluding that. But everything else is intact. Still got Shrines. Still got the Strong Box. Still got Grand Design, of course. Still doing Essence. Essence, I mean, this feels great. This kind of mapping feels really good for Essence, especially with the cheap Sextant in there. Growing Hordes is easier to get, so it's actually able to save a few points. I forgot to count ahead of time. I think this is actually 40 notables, if I'm not mistaken. It's either 39 or 40. And then we have 100 Mausoleum maps, 32 of which are unidentified, many of which are 8-mod corrupted, some of which are not, but all at least 25% monster pack size. Essentially kind of the premium maps that I ran last time. Didn't have to invest too much into running those maps, but some extra Divines and Chaos are here to support the compasses, which are Remnant of Corruption. I think that was 10 Chaos apiece, approximately. That's actually the wrong one. That's odd. That's supposed to be magic pack size. Almost made a mistake here. See if I can pull that out here. I actually double checked them, but I must have missed that little column there. Okay. Magic pack size, 25%. Now last time I ran elevated magic pack size, but the elevated sextant has gone up too much in value. It was at a price point of like 3 chaos per map. And with unelevated, I can do like 1 chaos per map. So it's like 4 chaos for these. So I don't think it's worth the additional 5% magic pack size to pay a full 2 chaos per map extra for that. Yeah, you probably want to slip down to the unelevated. Then we also still have the Strongbox. Now this is kind of the least useful sextant, but I mean, we're still running operative Strongboxes. Still got chance for duplicated Divine Orbs from Arcana Strongboxes, what have you. Could happen. And then, of course, the elevated packs. Now, I do think running elevated is worth it here. You get full 5% increased pack size on everything in the map for a price of around 7 chaos apiece. I think the 70 chaos apiece. I mean, I think the Strongbox compass was 7 chaos apiece. Not sure. Something like that. And then, of course, we have very cheap Scarabs, which is somewhere between half a chaos to like 0.8 chaos a piece. And that's about it. So I'm pretty excited to bring this one to you because I'm also doing some added data. I'm gathering data on the back end. I'm not ready to quite release it, but I'm just letting you know I'm going to farm I'm going to log a total of 200 maps with this strategy, exact same strategy. And I'm keeping track of how many altars spawn in each map, and I'm keeping track of how many currencies drop when I see rare currencies, including Exalts, Divines, Veiled Chaos, Regals, Blesseds, or Grand Eldritch Icons. These are currencies you don't really see hardly any of as far as just raw drops, but you'll see them plentifully if you see the altar spawn. So with that fairly small sample size of 200 maps, I'll get a decent sense of how many or how much value the Divine Orb Altar actually has in the map. Now, Firegrass has posted some content along this line. He's done some pretty detailed number crunching. I think he had some pretty nice data on this. I'm taking a slightly different approach, a little bit more of a practical, actually just kind of running the maps and seeing what I find personally on that. Not so much, focus on data crunching. But at any rate, the Divine Altar is extremely rare. It's 0.0840% chance to spawn, whether it's boss or player side. Some people are suggesting, why would you want to run a map where you can't spawn the boss side? You're just effectively eliminating altars that way. Well, the grounds for specifically hiding boss side altars, even though while that does technically lower the chance of me finding a Divine Orb altar of some type marginally, the problem with that is the boss side altar is still terrible in respect to what juicing a map can offer you as far as minion side altars. I'm aware of multiple people who have found like at least 20 Divine Orbs in one given map. This has happened somewhat frequently when people run maps like this with huge amounts of pack size. Again, it's once again, it's grand design. It's between like 90 and 120% pack size, depending on the quality of the map. If you spawn a Divine Orb Altar early on in a map like this, I mean, you could get 30, 40, even potentially like 50 Divine Orbs, especially if you've got like a basic currency duplicated altar on top of it. Now, I've only seen the Divine Orb Altar twice, ever. Once was very early on in the league. I only got 6 from it. And I saw it again yesterday, actually. Ironically, about 10 maps ago, since I've been playing. Also spawned around 3/4 of the way through the map. Just got 6 Divines again. So I've only gotten 6 Divines twice from it. So I consider myself somewhat unlucky on that. But guess what? 6 Divines is like, it would be considered a good roll for the boss altar. So, I mean, that's not all that impressive, in my opinion. So, I'm all about the minion side altars. I think that's where it's at. I think that's where the real currency is going to be at. I'm curious to see if this makes about the same amount of currency per hour. I think we all might be a little bit surprised in how good it does, given the fact that it's going to shorten the time that we're spending in each map, for sure. And, yeah. Let's see what happens. I'm opening Excellence up on the back end. Actually forgot to do that as we were starting. Oh yeah, it's Christmas, by the way, so Merry Christmas to you if you're watching this. Maybe a little late, but belated. We are looking at right here, 6.94 Divine Orbs. Again, the cost of Divine Orbs. Actually, it's funny. I think when I did the Exarch farm, cost of Divine Orbs was also 230 to 235 chaos at that time. So it's almost exactly the same as it was. Very close. All right, so 6.94 is our starting cost. And again, filter is in the filter, the Atlas tree, the PoE. It's all in the description down below. And I just got to put this chaos back in its rightful place now that we know what the investment cost is looking like. We're going to start with some unidentified maps. I don't usually do this, but I mean, all the same either way. Scarabs go there, map goes there. Find the unidentified sextant here. Fortune favors the brave. I bet you're going to find this is a pretty high pack size map. Let's see. %120%. Yeah, that's pretty high. Alright, so once again we're running Caustic Arrow. I have had some people request that I make some sort of build guide on this. I'm not going to make some super duper high produced build guide on this, but you know what? This has surprised me how good this has turned out. It's been so good that it's actually effectively delayed my swap to Tornado Shot. Don't worry, I'm still going to be swapping to Tornado Shot and testing Magic Find. I don't have any sort of remarks to make on the status of Magic Find yet. Honestly, need to give it an honest go for myself. But once I get the Tornado Shot character up and running, nice, I will get to see. Divine Orb Altars are not the only source of raw Divine Orbs. I have seen them from currency conversion a little bit here and there, even without focusing intensely on them. But here we go. Now, I should report that I did quite a bit of testing. Oh, wow, he's the Regal Orb right here. So I'm going to test this map's Regal Orb drops to see how many Regal Orbs drop, because this is kind of replicate how many Divine Orb drops we would get in this test, because Regal Orbs are extremely rare. They virtually never drop raw anyway. So chances are every single Regal Orb that I get in this map will be as a consequence of that altar. And we can kind of get a sense, again, like averages being what they are. 200 maps, I know, fairly low sample size. I can still start to get a sense of how many of each currency I could expect to get. Now, I got that Regal Orb Altar around a third to half of the way through the map, I guess, so there wasn't really that much of the map left to do. But you can see that I've only spent like 2 minutes in this, not even 2 minutes in this map. I only got 2 altars here, and I got, where is it? Oh, wow, only 4 Regal Orbs, so not very good, actually. Not very good. But that's how it's going to get logged in. So 2 altars, 4 Regal. 2 altars is definitely below average. Usually going to see more than that. Alright, and of course we're still doing our usual here. This is 100 maps, so I'm going to test the currency per hour on this strategy as well. Once again, you know, I did mention this at the end of the last 100 maps video. I honestly should probably be pushing this the hardest. Sanctum, I'm not doing it, but you can see that this is just an absolute stellar strategy for Sanctum spamming. A lot of people love doing the Sanctum mechanic. They want to spend all day in there. They want to spend as little possible time running maps, and they probably want to, if they're doing maps, they want to at least, you know, be somewhat productive, making some currency while doing maps as well. I think this is a fantastic strategy for anyone who wants to do Sanctum. Just get it quicken out, get your Sanctum floor, and do a couple of essences, clear the map. Just skip the boss, don't even do the boss. Collect the collect the invitation when it's progressed all the way through. Maybe see a Divine Orb Altar. Don't spend much time looting. You know, we're not looting a bunch of Awakened Sextants or Orbs of Unmaking, Chaos Orbs, and all that from the Exarch side. This is a Beyond map, so I do have a little bit of tainted currency to collect. But you can see there are some divination cards here. There's one. There are a few decent divination cards here. I have found some div cards from the Eater of Worlds side that are worth quite a bit. Nothing crazy like Headhunter cards, but you know, worth half a divine or full divine. Divine Beauty drops from this source, as well as the Sephiroth. Right now, I think I got something. What is it about? Or basic currency? Yeah, that one. So this map's also done, and wow, I finally got the second altar. Again, you know, this is high pack size, 120%. I mean, I can't complain about the pack size. Just getting quite unlucky with the spawns, but I mean, you can see as far as just the consistency is concerned. I mean, that's just in and out, super fast. Time is a big factor here when you're investing so little into each map. I mean, it's really about the time more than anything. Alright, so we're logging in 2 altars there. Divination card for gems. That would include the Enlightened. Yes, actually it would. Okay. Thought I got off the Crimson Temple, but maybe I'm still there in spirit. Yeah. How many altars was that? 2, 3, 4? I think 4 at least. Have I had a Divine Altar yet? Not in this 100 maps, but I did like 10 maps before starting this session. Made a highlight video for it. Wow, another one. League currency. And another one. Oh my god. Another jewel. Dang. That's a pretty good one, actually. You guys know that one, right? The 100 chaos. Made bank on that map.
Greetings.
My goodness.
Go with courage.
An eye in here. Is this a goblin community anymore, though? It is if you want it to be, I guess. Wow. I was literally thinking in my head, wait, wasn't that Desecrated Virtue a leveled gem? I got a little bit ago. What? Oh my god. That's actually insane. That divination card popped up in my head when I saw that altar, and I was like, huh, isn't that the same? And then it just pops out. Oh my god. Maybe the waiting for the leveled gems thing is actually pretty good for some of these cards, because I think that's a pretty rare altar. Too bad it was the very end. Desecrated Virtue again. I mean, that's like... That's only 5 minutes... No, 10 minutes later. It was 10 minutes later. Like, just got one 10 minutes ago. Not even 10 minutes ago. It was like 8 minutes ago. My goodness. Fifth altar. And I'm gonna get my Soul Eater. Oh yeah, I think I forgot to do this last map or two. Oh my god, I have increased AoE combined with Soul Eater. Bro. Look at this. There's a Soul Eater and AoE. I'm probably gonna die anyway. I'm not even watching anything. I was now deciding if I should try your build or not, but I've been having this dilemma. How should I level up your character? Toxic Rain. The great thing is Toxic Rain is just a terrific build that segues into this extremely easily. I mean, the only sort of major change that I did to my gear between Toxic Rain and Caustic Arrow is I swapped attack speed for damage over time multiplier as the first thing I alt spam for on the bow. So I did make a second bow to essentially fully commit to Caustic Arrow, because now attack speed doesn't matter very much. It matters a little bit because I have a focus ballista support. What makes Mausoleum good? Well, the layout is nice. Figure 8, super fast. Wow. That's the one and only Divine Orb I'm gonna get this entire 100 maps for sure. At least I got one. Got one. One Divine. Feeling so blessed. Hashtag blessed AF. That's a lot of essences. One monster, man. No up! I'm clicking. Too many clicks. Way too many clicks there. Way too many clicks. I don't know why I'm going this way. It should be one singular divine. Dude, I think I already got like 7 altars on this map. I don't know what's going on. What the fuck? Soul Eater plus Echoist. LOL. Oh my god, I get to kill the boss. Watch this boss die. This is gonna be great. Wow, that is so fast. Oh my god, that's like faster than I ever killed him with a 11 mirrored tier character. That was like the same speed. That was so overpowered. Yeah, he got absolutely annihilated. Okay, that was fun. How many altars did I get? My goodness. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it looks like 6. Alright, anyway. I have the results. Once again, looks exactly the same way. All the colors of the rainbow here in this dump tab. A lot of divination cards. Except it's a little more blue and a little less red. That's it, basically. A lot of maps. Pretty good map sustain. It did cover into the following dump tab. I think it was a little bit less because there's just a little bit less bubblegum currency picked up, of course. I was able to level 9 enhanced supports. I went ahead and corrupted them already. Got 1 up and the rest stayed the same. I'm going to hand myself 2.5 divines for my troubles on that. I think that's come out to about how much value I get effectively for leveling and corrupting these gems. And let's get into the final tally. So this time I made sure that there's nothing showing up here with the totally wrong price. You'll notice Divine Orbs back again all the way down to 235. They were just like 300 2 days ago. So it's kind of crazy what the market's doing on there. But I think with this, the nice thing is with this Divine to Chaos ratio, it'll kind of match up properly with the other 100 map sessions that I did earlier this week. Alright, so I see maps are on top, so that's a really bad sign. That means obviously I didn't get any sort of major drops. And maps is 5 chaos apiece. Mausoleum maps over 100 maps. Very, very well self-sustained pretty much there. 124. Now if I do vow them, I do throw some away, only the really bad ones. But again, it's very close to self-sustaining. 2 raw Divine Orbs. I guess that is better than my other one with kit 1 with 0. 4 invitations. 409 greater Eldritch Ichors. Now I did not ever really select the lesser because it's just not worth much on there. Only 57 grand Eldritch. That's pretty bad. Pretty bad luck there. A couple Desecrated Virtues. That's going to be something to look at here. Let's just kind of screen through here. You can see a lot of essences primarily. But I do want to selectively take a look at divination cards, actually. Because basically, unless you're getting a Divine Orb Altar, the only significant minion side thing you're going to click on is divination cards for something. For gems, for leveled gems, for quality gems, for basic currencies, and for other divination cards. Now, I don't think I saw a divination for other divination cards, which is a good hit. That's where you get like patients and nurses and stuff. a lot. But anyway, I do have 2 Desecrated Virtues, 1 Divine Beauty. Those were some higher value cards. It was nice to see those, and 1 Enlightened. So those are the 4 cards that showed up that were actually of any significant value. Chaotic Disposition actually drops somewhat frequently as a divination card for basic currencies. And then, yeah, kind of everything else falls down there. There's also a mixed bag in here of Diviner's strong boxes. So a lot of divination cards dropping in, you know, some value out of there. I guess it's like 3 Divine Orbs in total in value there. But yeah, that's what it looks like. There's a few tainted Orbs of Fusing, and there were some Beyond maps in there. And Beyond can spawn now with Fortune Favors the Brave. I think that's either new or I didn't realize that beforehand. Alright, so 6.94 Divines investment, and then this number here is 27.37 plus 2.5 Divines for myself there. Alright, then we take, oh yeah, so that's kind of the gross. And this divided by 4. So this is what's really surprising. Now this number is a lot higher than I expected. It's actually a lot higher than I expected. Could be the 400 Greater Eldritch. Is it? I don't know. I'm going to scroll back through it one more time because this almost seems misleadingly high. Considering I didn't get any sort of Divine Orb Altar. But there's still, you know, I mean, there are still Awakened Sextants and Chaos Orbs and stuff in there. I think it must just be like, essences really do carry. Essences are getting more valuable too. Could have something to do with it. A lot of Scarabs from Operative Strong Boxes. Well, it's late tonight. You let me know if you saw anything scrolling through this list here. I'm actually quite surprised. See, I was expecting 4 to 6, like 6 to high end, without a Divine Orb Altar, of course. But yeah, quite remarkable. Not expecting that many Divines per hour from that. So with the last one I ran, it was 4.5 hours to do it because, and where did that extra half hour go? Well, it went in not having to pick up tons and tons and tons of bubblegum currency. So it almost makes me feel like I'm losing currency by clicking too much on things that are worth like half a Chaos Orb or what have you. Oh, sorry here. Ah, hold on a second. No wonder. Yeah, I knew something wasn't right about that. Yeah, I did say it's late. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that didn't make any sense to me on its face. Been doing this long enough to know those numbers didn't seem right. Okay. Now we got it fixed. All uncut. Okay, that looks a little better. It's still kind of high, actually. I was expecting, again, 4 to 6. Probably closer to like 4 to 5. So to still hit over 5 Divines an hour is good. So I made the mistake of forgetting to subtract the investment cost. Stupidly. But here it is. This is the right number. About 5.73 Divines per hour. And if it had taken me a little longer, you know, this would have been less than 5 Divines per hour. But, you know, even for somebody who's running a little slower, I think you're still going to get 3, 4, maybe 5 Divines an hour with this strategy, which is quite remarkable, I think. And that is essentially my final thoughts on this is, and I kind of knew this was going to happen. People get kind of misled into thinking, oh, you know, because there's so much loot dropping from Exarch, you know, click, 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 picking up every little thing. That takes time. And if you're actually looking at it, analyzing it from a currency, if you're analyzing it from a currency per map perspective, of course, I mean, I'm pretty sure Exarch is going to come out ahead. Certainly in the event that you don't, if you compare it to Eater of Worlds with no Divine Orb Altars. But imagine that I had gotten Divine Orb Altar here. It'd been kind of crazy. And this was 100 maps. Now, I'm not ready to release the data yet on kind of information about how many maps I think it'll take me on average to get a Divine Orb Altar based on how many altars I'm getting per map, and then how many Divine Orb will drop based on how much of the selective currencies that I typically see in a map when I click said altar, whether it's at the beginning of the map, end of the map, currency dupes, what, all of it. You know, it's just all kind of a mixed bag. I'm kind of tracking all of that right now. But I am going to be prepared to release that fairly soon, and that there are some exciting videos coming out soon, including that one. I'm also going to release one that features the build, because this has really surprised me just how strong this Caustic Arrow build has become. I was planning to have already swapped the Tornado Shot by now, but I'm quite enjoying this build for what it is and what it accomplishes with the types of farms that I'm doing right now. Definitely not your sort of 80% deli maximum juice build type thing. I'm not getting much value out of Headhunter at all, actually. So before you roll your eyes about, oh yeah, well he's wearing a Headhunter, really not. Almost no damage increase from it, and certainly some defensive increase, but nothing out of this world. And let's see, there's those two videos, and of course this one that you're seeing right now. It's coming out soon. Yeah, let me know your thoughts on Eater of Worlds versus Exarch. Oh, yeah, actually, there's one more video. That is maybe another video. Maybe another video I'm going to make. I think I'll kind of embed that into the Eater of Worlds altar testing video that I do. Kind of examine this thought of, should I do Eater of Worlds? Should I do Exarch? I do have some thoughts on that I think the community could get some value out of, for sure. So, but you'll have to wait, because this all takes time. So we gotta get everything out in due orders. So I think in the order it's gonna be this video, then the build Caustic Arrow, because a lot of people keep asking me about it, and then finally the Eater of Worlds, Exarch, Eater of Worlds, Divine Orb Altar testing video. Yeah. Hope that sounds good for you guys. And if you are also on the chase for the Divine Orb Altar, good luck. You know, I definitely, once every few hundred maps, we'll say, I don't know, maybe 200, maybe 300, probably somewhere in there is my guess, based on preliminary data that I'm seeing here. It's pretty dang rare. Yeah. We'll talk more about that later. For now, it's Christmas, and so Merry Christmas, even though you're going to see this after Christmas. Hope you had a Merry Christmas. And I will keep coming out with videos, because my holiday season is essentially just me having more time off work. Being here. Chilling by myself. So there will be more videos. So we'll see you in the next video. Later, everybody.